We begin in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dear God, we begin by recognizing that we are in your presence. And next, we want to lift up gratitude. Gentlemen, in your hearts and in your minds, name things that you're grateful for from this past year. Dear God, we also give you our struggles. I want you to think of things that were challenging for you. Choose one or two in your minds. And now say to God, God, I give you these things and I strive to not struggle as much. And invite God to meet you in those struggles. And invite God's holy grace with confidence to help you in those spaces. Dear God, as we prepare to part from here, we pray for more lights in the day, and we thank you for the gift of sunshine. As we look to the summer for the gentle mornings ahead, we thank you for conversations. We thank you. For friends and family, we thank you. For gardens and all manner of creatures, we thank you. Help us, creator and lover of our souls. Help us to love this earth, your creation, our communities. Help us to dwell wholeheartedly in our lives this day. Help us pray as we walk, pray as we work, pray as we play, pray as we rest, and pray as we create. Amen. St. Ignatius of Loyola, St. Peter, please join me in welcoming your principal, Mr. Caulfield.
All right, good morning. It's my pleasure to speak with you today as you approach summer, and I'm sure it might be a little bit shocking to some of you that the next time that you'll be in the Commons together or at prep together, you will be sophomores. And I think, today the Magis Awards really, I'm always so impressed with the fact that so many of you have distinguished yourselves as leaders even in your first year at prep. So before those awards, I already congratulate anyone who will receive one, and I'll certainly congratulate you in person afterwards. But as I look at the faces in front of me, what I do see is a great deal of potential. Potential to make your mark on the next 3 years of your time at prep. So with that in mind, I often think of the many students that I've seen over the years in their transition from freshman year. For 12 years at prep, I taught freshman English. In that time, I had the wonderful opportunity to see students grow so much over their 4 years at prep. In my current role, I've witnessed some wonderful examples of what a prep man should be in the freshman class. But I've also witnessed some poor examples of what a prep man should not be. The transition to high school is never an easy one. And so it's my hope that as you move on from freshman year, you can make every effort to make yourself the prep student that you, your teachers, your God, and your parents would be proud of. So I thought I'd talk about two different people, but I switched it up this year because I thought I usually did two students that I had the pleasure of working with, but I'm going to choose one student. But another person I thought I'd choose is our namesake, St. Peter. And I think he is a great example of what it means to maybe live with radical humility and fierce love, our theme for the year. People who can demonstrate what it means to learn from mistakes and ultimately use the gifts they have been given by God to do great things. In boiling it down, the interesting part about Peter is that he was like Jesus' best friend, right? Which is interesting to think about. But my assumption is that one of your best friends is currently sitting in this room. And I thought the best way to describe Peter is to look at the nameplate of the statue that you walk by every day. So I'm just going to read from that nameplate. A flawed young fisherman, the man who will come to be known as Peter, looks to the horizon, unaware of the best of what he will become lies ahead. That the best he will become lies ahead. Let us see beyond our own imperfections and look to the future with courage and conviction, knowing that we are always sub umbra patri, under the shadow of Peter. So I think Peter's a great example of that concept of living life as you have lived your freshman year, and hopefully getting past those bumps and enjoying those wonderful victories, and doing great things at a place like Prep. So now I'll talk about a former student, and he was actually a former athlete of mine as well. So his name was Deshaun. And I would say that his freshman year could be characterized as awkward and bumpy. In class, he had great ability, but he always tended to find a way to disengage and act up. On the track, where I coached him, I can remember thinking that I really had no event to put him in. He was a bit of a mess. He had what I would consider a freshman year to forget. Perhaps that's the story for some of you. Perhaps you didn't do well in school. Perhaps you didn't make the team or the lead role. Or perhaps you were rude to a faculty member or unkind to another student. Well, Deshaun's story can teach you something about the value of learning from negative experiences. As a sophomore, Deshaun changed his approach. He was doing better in school, and he was remaining open to growth during the track season to try new things. Well, that turned out to be a very good choice for him, because after trying many different events, ones that I couldn't figure out for him, he found the high jump. Then, in just 3 years' time, Deshaun would find himself graduating from prep, setting a school record, and winning a medal at the New Balance National Championships. But most importantly, he became a prep man that we would all be proud of. Deshaun is now married with a child. He might have more than one now. And he's teaching and coaching at a high school in Connecticut. His dedication to turn his early stumbles of freshman year into major leaps is exactly what we hope for all of our students at Prep. So as you move into sophomore year, I ask you to reflect on your time at Prep so far. Where have you succeeded? Where have you fallen short? It is on you to write your own Prep success story like Deshaun. So make today the new chapter that will bring you to heights you maybe never imagined for yourself. So thanks very much for having me today. I will now introduce my former coach and teacher, Mr. John Irvin, who's your director of admissions. So give him a round of applause.
Morning, man. Think back, it's been almost 9 months since you began your prep journey. Right? Maybe you were excited or nervous, confident or anxious, or maybe there was a mix of all those feelings when you came in that first day. And now, just like that, right? Just like that, a quarter of your prep career is over. Your class came from 60 different towns and more than 100 different middle schools. Think about that. So many diverse backgrounds, but now, almost 9 months later, you're hopefully comfortable here and well on your way to becoming prep brothers. In September, you'll be the experienced veterans who are showing the nervous freshmen where their classes are. So much can change in the course of just 1 year. We're here this morning to present the Magis Awards. First time you saw that term, Magis, was probably on the prep pen that you got at an open house or maybe at a high school fair. Many of you probably don't know the meaning of the term Magis. It means the more, the more. You're not alone if you don't know the meaning. Even experts in Jesuit history have a difficult time agreeing on the actual meaning. Having the in front of an adverb or an adjective might seem strange. It sounds strange to say the more. But it should remind you that there's something special, not strange, about the term. So let's try something. Yes, you guys, stand up. Yeah. I want you to put your hands up, reach as high as you can towards the ceiling, as high as you possibly can. Now reach a little bit higher. Excellent. Sit down. Hold up, hold up. Hands. That was a very basic visual demonstration of Magis. You thought you were reaching as high as you could, and yet you found you were able to go a little bit higher. But how is that possible? Well, think about it. If you could reach higher, try harder, do more for someone else, or be a better person, why wouldn't you? That is the Magis. Each year we do senior exit interviews, where we let the boys kind of reflect, very Jesuit, reflect on their 4 years at St. Peter's. And I always ask the guys 2 specific questions. First is, how many close friends do you have at prep? The answers will usually range from 4 to 8, right? But every senior I speak with will say that he didn't know any of those guys before he got to prep. So Mr. Caulfield mentioned, right? Your closest friend, perhaps your best friend, is in this room, and you may not even be friends yet. The second question I ask is, if you could go back in time to the start of freshman year, what's one thing you would change about your time here? And again, every senior will either give the following answer or at least include it in his response. Each says, I would have been more involved. I would have been more involved. Now, many of these guys were on teams, were pretty active in clubs. Some were even Magis and Spirit Award recipients. But each wished he had done more, joined another club, tried out for a different sport, somehow been more a part of prep. That is the Magis. It's a restless desire to do more, to think bigger, to work harder. So that's the challenge for each of you. Be more active. Challenge yourself. Don't look back at 3 years with any regret that you could have tried harder in a class, done more in school, or on a team. First year's gone by quickly. Believe me, these guys will tell you the next 3 will pass even faster. So if this year was not all you hoped it would be, use the clean slate of sophomore year to set and achieve new goals. Some years ago, Jesuit priest Father Dan Carew was our keynote speaker for the Arupe series. And in his talk, he changed the expression from the Quran, that God is good, to God is greater. He explained that whatever you can imagine of your God, he's greater than that. So I turn that to you today and say, whatever you can imagine yourself accomplishing, you're greater than that. One of the greatest athletes of all time, Muhammad Ali, whose posters in Mr. Morris's office, once said, if a man at age 50 is the same man he was at age 20, he has wasted 30 years of his life. So don't be the prep man in 2029 that you are today. Good luck and enjoy your summer. Well, now I get to introduce someone you all know, Mr. Wright, who you all have met at different times during the course of the year. I've swung by his office to ask random questions, or he's helped you with freshmen for a day when you're an 8th grader visiting, or if you're an ambassador hosting guys. And he just thinks so much of you guys, and he is really, along with Mr. Fitzpatrick, the heart and soul behind this event. Mr. Wright.
Okay, all right, gentlemen. So today we are honored to present Magis Awards to 14 freshmen from the class of 2030. Before we get started here, I just wanted to go over some logistics, but before I even do that, I just wanted to point out why I love the Magis Awards so much. I love them because they don't necessarily go to the most social student or the best athlete or even the guy that has the highest GPA. You know, myself, Ms. Fitzpatrick, Mr. Irvin, we read through all of the nominations that you submitted. And my favorite part about them is really just the simplicity of so many of them. I wrote down things here like, he is just kind to everyone. He's always willing to help others. My favorite is he always says hello to me in the hallways. Sometimes it really is the simple things, the things that take little to no effort at all, that go such a long way. Another thing, very important, that make these awards meaningful is that they reflect not only how you are seen by your classmates, but how you carry yourselves every single day in the prep community. The choices that you make matter, not just at prep, but in life. The way that you treat others and the respect that you show in the classroom and in the hallways, not only to your classmates, but to your teachers and faculty members will always matter. You should know that the majority of you received at least one nomination. So even if your name isn't called, it does not mean that a classmate did not take the time to recognize you. It does not mean that you haven't made some sort of positive impact on your school during your freshman year. For those of you who may not receive an award today, I hope that you view it not as a disappointment, but as motivation going forward over the next 3 years. You're only finishing your first year here at Prep, and there is still so much time ahead to grow, to lead, and to make a lasting impact on our community. So to present these awards, we have welcomed back some of our soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2026. Each of the presenters received either a Magis Award or a Spirit Award during their time here at St. Peter's. Some of you even received both of those awards. I just wanted to point out that these guys are pretty much on their summer vacation right now. They could be spending their day in a million different ways, doing a million different things. Despite all this, they chose to be here with you to help recognize the next great group of leaders in a school that has produced so many of them over our 154-year history. So let's give these guys a quick round of applause. Okay, so logistics. If your name is called, you're going to come up to the stage. You're going to receive your citation from one of the seniors. You're going to get a Magis pin from Mrs. Fitzpatrick. You're going to get a photo with yourself and the senior from Mr. Holowenka, and then you're just going to step down here on the side and hang out until the end of the ceremony. At the end of the ceremony, we're going to take a group photo, and then all you guys are going to stick around as well for an end of your survey with Miss Effler. So thank you all. I now invite, we'll start with Jack Halloran from the class of 2026 to start presenting our Magis Awards. Thank you guys.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jack Halloran. I'll be attending the University of Hartford in the fall, so we'll get started. So jumping into everything Prep has to offer from the start is the hallmark of many Magis winners. This student was described by his teachers as mature, creative, and super engaged, curious about everything around him. He has earned the respect of upperclassmen for being an excellent student, good teammate, and one of the brightest lights in the music and drama program at Prep. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from Jersey City, Luke Meagher.
Hello, my name is Holbert Belvis, and I'm going to St. Peter's University. And just as Jack said, you got it rolling. A teacher noted, okay, can you hear me from here? Alright, thank you. A teacher noted that this freshman is a, thank you, Mr. Coffin, sorry. A teacher noted that this freshman is a joyous student who is happy and ready to engage with nearly any subject or topic. A peer noted that his creative thinking skills and entertaining personality, bringing comedy and fun to academia and life situations. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from Hoboken, Reed Januszewski.
All right, my name is Sebastian Gray, and next year I'm going to be going to Bucknell University. All right, so sometimes it doesn't take grand gestures to make a positive impact. This student quickly became known for his friendly personality and welcoming spirit. Peers described him as helpful, nice, and friendly, while one specifically noted how he made me feel welcomed at Prep before I knew anyone. Others highlighted his willingness to support and help classmates whenever through academics or his everyday support. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from Weehawken, Gabriel Figueroa.
Hey guys, my name is Anthony Mafia and I'm going to Loyola University, Maryland in the fall. Some freshmen are known to the entire class quickly due to their willingness to make new friends, desire to brighten the day of those around them, and genuine care and concern. One peer cited his involvement in Brothers on a Journey as being a constant support for him, which is very meaningful. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from Weehawken, Constantino Marilla.
Hey guys, I'm Hayden Murphy, and I'll be attending the University of Scranton. This talented student is supportive to all the most humble ways, seeking to uplift those around him. A peer said he is an important staple to the prep community and presents himself with the intelligence and understanding to make nation global citizen. He uses his influence to make prep a better place. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to a student from West New York, Caleb Trebessa.
My name is Tyler Barstow, and I'll be attending Rice University this fall. Genuine and kind were common words used in the nominations for the student. A peer said, he is a great example of a student athlete who treats everyone with kindness and is very humble. He's also noted for his commitment to fairness and excellence both on and off the field. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from Monroe Township, Amari Ratliff.
This student is known for his respectful, polite, and compassionate ways. Several peers mentioned his notable commitment to justice and his supportive nature with teammates and classmates. He is dedicated to inclusivity and positivity. As one said, he is one of the nicest people I've met at prep. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from Jersey City, William A.
Many nominations for this student mention his embodiment of the grad at grad, even as a freshman. The peer said he is very trustworthy and reliable and does everything for the greater glory of God. He demonstrates what it means to be a prep brother. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from Cranford, Clark Hughes Waterloo.
This student is known for his resilience, kindness, and passion for the prep community. One student described him as, quote unquote, one of the most deeply kind-hearted people I have met at prep, while always bringing a positive energy and a sense of pride, love, and respect to others. Praise for his sincerity, creativity, and dedication. Another student shared that he, quote unquote, leaves smiles on the face of his peers everywhere he goes. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to the student from Jersey City, Arhen Verbo.
This student is known for his joyful spirit, humility, and kindness towards everyone around him. Peers describe him as someone who wears a smile wherever he goes and always makes sure to brighten up the room. Others highlight his dedication to consistently lifting others and making everyone feel welcome. One student shares that he is an embodiment of the values of prep polls. For these reasons and more, we proudly present the Magis Award to this student from Hoboken, Alex Fernandez.
With a joyful personality that is known to uplift those around him, his peers describe him as someone who always puts a smile on your face and brightens your day. Dedicated both in the classroom and on the field, he uses humor and positivity to connect with prep brothers. One student shared that he embodied a prep man who includes everyone. While another noted that he displayed every grad characteristic every day. For those reasons and more, we proudly present the Magis Award to this student from Morristown, Paul Sheffield.
My name is Jay Johnson. I will be attending university either at Durham University or University College London in the fall. This next Magis recipient is known for his deep faith, compassion, and commitment to serving others. Peers were quick to note that he goes the extra mile, no matter what. Described as a kind soul who embodies a man of St. Peter's Prep, he personifies faith through action. One student shared that he is truly a special guy who goes out of his way to do what is best for our community. While another stated that he's always looking out for other people, even if he doesn't know them. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from Jersey City, Gabriel Carbajal.
This student is known for his sincerity, kindness, and positive spirit. A teacher described him as an exceptionally mature and thoughtful young man who is genuinely sincere in all that he does. Peers noted his respectful nature, strong faith, and willingness to support others, both in the classroom and on the track team. One student shared that he is always bringing a positive environment and helping and lifting up those around him. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from Jersey City, Elijah Davis.
As a captain, friend, and role model, this student leads by example in the community, in the classroom, and on the crew team. Described as a true example of the grad, one student noted that he always gives everyone who he meets a sense of belonging. Highlighting his kindness, humility, and kind-hearted nature, his peers praised the unwavering care he shows to those around him, while stating that he embodies the spirit of empathy. For these reasons and more, we proudly present a Magis Award to this student from North Arlington, Cristiano Pedrosa.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Let's give them one more round of applause. You also know I'm a big fan of clapping for the individuals that were part of the day and helping put this together. So members of the committee, especially Mrs. Fitzpatrick, who kind of led the charge. So if we give them a round of applause. And one more for the seniors that did come back, even though they didn't need to.